performing a drug deal right as someone is walking past you.
It's said that almost every cop in Italy is corrupted. I doubt someone walking past would scare them enough to stop the drug deal.
How do you know that though? You just said yourself that you've never attacked anyone with the stand before.
He said he's never attacked another human. He could have used his stand before on objects to see how strong it is and come to that conclusion.
Ha! No.
Jojo has just been exposed to other stands. He'd be surprised by learning about the other stand types.
Here's a question though. This dude only just learned about stands other than his own, and yet he's under the automatic assumption that the death of a stand means the death of its user. Why is that?
Because of the fight he just had, he saw Black Sabbath take out people's souls, which is what a stand is, someone's soul, so he'd assume if the soul is dead, the user themselves would die.
His gravity attack had him practically dragging his hand all the way to him, including right in front of him.
That's entirely different. That's the use of an ability which didn't hurt Kira, it affected him. Long-range stands don't feel the pain inflicted on a stand, but they do feel the effects of abilities, such as increased gravity.
So, I'm confused. What's the point in showing him being a bed and biting into his fingers in the previous episode if that's got nothing to do with his stand's abilities?
He bites off his fingers as it's a reference to Ozzy Osbourne, who was in Black Sabbath, which is the name of Pol Pot's stand.
I made that up, but you get the point.
10 sins for making things up as evidence of your sin.
Everyone is so confused.
Of course they're going to be confused. Nobody knows what the boss looks like, so they're not going to know he has a daughter either.
This guy is too dumb to realise that the shoe that looks exactly like his but bigger that his feet are currently in is his own damn shoe.
He can't even do simple math. You really think he'd figure this out?
I think the biggest question right now is how are you guys able to randomly find them all the time and yet not be able to find where they're hiding with the boss's daughter?
Stand users are destined to cross paths. The boss's daughter isn't a stand user. Well, yet.
These guys are able to consistently find where the team is and yet never finds them in such a fashion that would allow them to at the same time find the boss's daughter with them.
The boss's daughter is not a stand user yet, so they have a higher chance of meeting each other when the boss's daughter isn't there.
If this guy's hook just hooks people and doesn't outright kill them, then this dude is way too chilled about having a hook through his cheek and is definitely not in enough pain to knock him unconscious.
If you looked closely, you'd see the huge hole in his forehead. He's definitely dead.
Not gonna lie, dude, that's a super weird and random thing to say at this point in time.
No, it's not, because his burger quite literally disappeared.
He's injured his tongue and only his tongue and yet becomes incapable of any movement.
Talking Head, which is controlling the rancher, also has control over his actions.
What are you basing that on other than maybe the two people running?
I'm going to nitpick, but you nitpick all the time. But there's 4 people running, not 2.
No, he's saying a stand user appeared and walked towards you all in a completely open area during the day and then died instantly. It's not exactly usual for any stand battle in the history of ever.
There has been other stand battles that ended fast though. Kenny G from part 3 had like 20 seconds of screen time and was defeated instantly.
So to be clear, was he launching a massive attack at the floor right in front of him? Why though?
Doppio is shown to be rash and he attacks without thinking. The last thing he saw before he attacked was the scissors that cut him.
No they don't. They say the opposite actually.
No, sound does travel faster underwater.
Man, I love this anime, but goodness me, the art style change is incredibly apparent when showing these two like this, especially Jotaro.
This isn't even a sin. If an art style change is a sin, it'd be a sin of the manga, not anime.
Now it's just a rock that changes size and shape and jumps at people, butcher dirt cheese!
Repeating things from a part 4 video, but things other than stands exist. This is part 5. In just the part prior, there was an alien. The characters can still question things.